So hello everyone, hope you're doing good and welcome back to my channel. Today we are at the day 22nd of the June daily Leetcode challenge, and we again have a medium level question in front of us. Last 2 days we had some hard questions. Let us see what today's question is. Okay, this question 714: best time to buy and sell stocks with transaction fee. So if I am not wrong, this is a basically series of questions. Okay, see, the best time to buy and sell stocks. This is basically a series of questions. There are many twists and turns possible in this. Okay, so this is also one, just one of them. Okay, let's see what the question is. So we are given, let's see the input first. We are given an integer array called prices, and then we are also given a fee. Okay, so basically these are prices of stocks. Okay, stocks or whatever way you call it. These are prices of stocks. So what we are going to do is see. We are given the prices where price of is the price of the given stock on the ith day. Okay, for example, this is the price on the 0th day. This is the price on the second day, and so on. Okay, ith day and an integer fee representing the transaction fee. Okay, see it. So these are the insider information, but you will get to know that after seeing the example. Transaction means, see, once you buy a stock and after some time when you sell the stock at a higher price, what happens is you are completing a transaction. Okay, what is a transaction? Buying a stock and selling it. Okay, so whether you made a profit or not, that's a different question. But buying and selling is called a transaction. This process, this cycle, right? Buying and selling, this whole cycle, this whole phase is called a transaction, and after you complete one transaction you will be charged a transaction fee. Okay, that is what is represented by this. Okay, so it will be subtracted from your profit, or see, whatever you call it, profit or loss, or whichever you call it, this will be subtracted from that. Okay, so you are going to have a loss of this amount after each transaction. Okay, so what is a transaction? Buying a stock, then whenever you sell it, after the second you sell it, you will face this deduction, okay, of this fee. Okay, every time you sell the stock. So yeah, that's what is all. Find the maximum profit you can achieve. You may complete as many transactions as you like, but you need to pay transaction fee for each transaction. Okay. One very important point is that you may not engage in multiple transactions simultaneously. What it means is, see, you must sell the stock before you buy again. What it means is, see, there are some underlying principles here which are not mentioned as such here, but you will understand them as in when you try to clear the test cases. So one of them is that you should always have hold a stock before selling it. Okay, there can never be a scenario where you can sell trying to sell a stock and you don't even hold a stock. Okay, so you should hold a stock before selling it. The second point is that you cannot hold multiple stocks. Okay, you should only hold one stock, then sell, and then again you can try for holding another and then sell. So you cannot have more than one stock at a time. Okay, so these are some of the underlying principles, or you can say methods, they are following, which are not mentioned as such directly. Okay, but you will get to know them when you see the test cases, right? So I've already seen them, that's why I want to inform you. One more important, see, let's see the example, then we will go to that. Okay, so see, these are the various prices on the various days. Okay, so what will we see? Suppose I buy a stock on this price. Okay, its price is 1. Okay, on the 0th day, then I can sell it at this price. Okay, so I brought it for 1, I'm selling it at 9. So what is the profit? I'm going to have profit of so 9 minus 1, which is equal to 8. Okay, but since I've completed one transaction, I will be have to pay this fee. Okay, so what is the profit? 9 minus 1 minus 2. Okay, that is 9 minus 3, which is 6. So okay, that is a profit. So they are now trying to asking us to find the maximum profit we can achieve. Okay, so if you see the first example, what we see there, the answer they've given here is C. I am buying the stock on the first day itself. Okay, at price 1. Okay, this is going from my pocket. Then I am going to sell it at this day. Okay, I am going to get this profit. Okay, so yeah, this is the profit which I'm going to get. Okay, so if you talk about the net profit, so 8 minus 1 is the profit. At the same time, I have to deduct the transaction fee also, which is minus 2. Okay, now come to the second transaction. See, they have clearly mentioned we can do as many transactions as we want. At the same time, we need not do a transaction if we don't feel like doing. Okay, so we can leave it like that also. That's the basic idea. Now come to second transaction. See, we have completed still this part. Okay, now the remaining two are this. Okay, the remaining two are this and this. Let's see. I am buying a stock on this price, that is fourth price, and I'm selling on this. Okay, so I'm making profit of 9 minus 4. At the same time, I have to pay a transaction fee also. So that also goes from the profit. So minus 2. One important point which I want you to highlight is that, see, when we are doing this calculation, remember one thing very, very, very carefully. Whenever we are, buying a stock, okay, for example, we are see, that means we are going to hold a stock, that should always have a minus sign. Okay, that should always have a minus sign. See, because see, this total profit is something which is going to start from zero, right? I'm talking about programming as well, right? These things you have to monitor very carefully. See, whenever I'm going to buy a stock, that is this one. Okay, this should come with a value of minus 1. Okay, at the same time, when we are going to sell a stock, that should come with a plus value. See, this is a plus value. Similarly, when we are selling at 9, this value you can see is coming positive. Okay, similarly, when we are buying the stock at this stage, it's coming with a minus sign. Okay, So this is the basic difference which we have to accommodate in our answer, so that we don't make any mistakes. At the same time, obviously the transaction fee is always going to come with a minus sign only. Okay. So that was the only thing which I wanted to say. Please pause the video, make it, take it back to 15 or 10 seconds and see what I just told now. It's really simple one, but still I think we will have to get it, 2 or 3 times to understand carefully. Okay. Now coming to the answer part. Okay. This is a bit tricky question. There are many ways to do it, but again, see, this kind of answers you can get only by some hints. Okay. The interviewer should give you some hints, only then you will be able to achieve such answer. But let's see what the answer is. So basically, at each stage, okay, at each index of the transaction, we are basically having two options. Okay, either keep holding the stock. The other point is we can free the stock. Okay, there are two options always in front of us. First point is, suppose we are already having a stock, we can keep it, hold it. Okay, we need not do anything with it. Just let it be like that. The other option is sell the stock and get some profit out of it. Okay, whatever be the profit or loss, whatever will it be, just get it, get it sold, free yourself from the stock. That is the basic idea. So basically, we are having two stages, and we are going to have the two arrays for each of the stages. Okay, so free of I, basically free of I means the ith index of the free array. It will basically refer to the maximum profit possible on the ith day after selling stock. Okay, so we had a stock, and when I come to the free of I, that means whatever stock I had, I will sell it always. Okay, that's the basic idea. Now the other one is hold of I, which is maximum profit possible on ith day after buying on after buying stock on the ith day. So if I am free out of a stock, I will always buy the stock whenever this. See, these are two possible options, right? We will see. Ultimately, we have to return the maximum possible profit. Okay, we'll try to see all the possible cases. That's what we are going to do. Free means maximum profit possible on ith day after selling. After, see, these are the highlighted ones, right? After selling stock and after buying stock. Okay. We'll see the thing. So n is basically the length of the given array. Okay. Hold and free, as you can see, there are two arrays which will all have zero values at the starting. They are of length n. Okay. That's the basic idea. Now we have to fill the first element, because obviously we are not going to make any profit out of the first the zeroth index. So what we'll do is, see, hold means we are going to grab a sorry, what's it called, stock. We're going to grab a stock on the ith day. So hold of zero means we are going to grab a stock on the first day. So what price I have to be, see, when I already told you, whenever we buy a stock, okay, we brought the stock here, right? So whenever you buy a stock, it will come with a minus sign. Okay, so we are going to bring a stock, that is grab a stock on the first day, so it will come with a minus sign and with the price of the zeroth index. Okay, because we are talking of zeroth index, right? So hold of zero means we are going to grab stock in the zeroth index itself. So the price at that index will be the prices of zero. Okay, and it will come with a minus sign. At the same time, when we talk of hold of zero, okay, sorry, and if we talk about free of zero means we are going to sell the stock, but we already know it's not possible in the zeroth index. Okay, so this profit will remain zero only. Okay, so it will remain zero only. We're not going to make any change. See, the hold of that was also a zero, but we made a change. Okay, hold of zero was also zero initially, but we made a change here. Okay, now we can continue. See, this loop will run from I to n minus 1. Okay. What we are going to do, see, we always have few options. See, if we talk about hold of I, see, that means I'm going to get a hold of a stock. Okay. I'm going to grab a stock. Okay. There are two options possible: either to grab a stock, or let it be whatever be the previous state, we'll just continue it like that. Okay, so these are the two options. Okay, so see, this in this case it refers to I'm just continuing with whatever was there previously with me. Okay, so hold 5 means, see, previously whatever profit I have made, I will just continue the same way. That is, I am not doing any transaction. Okay, that is, I am not doing any transaction. This the highlighted text refers to that. Okay, the other cases, as I mentioned, I am going to get a hold of a stock. That is, I am going to grab a stock. Okay, if I am going to grab a stock, what is the thing I have to do? I have to go to price free of I minus 1. Okay, that is the, see, holding a stock means I should have freed it already. Okay, that means in the previous slide I should be free of any stock. So this is what we are going to take. We are going to take the total profit we have made in the I minus 1 stage of the free array, minus we are going to grab a stock. See, I already told you, whenever we are going to get a stock for the first time, that is, we are going to buy a stock, it will come with a minus, and that's what we are doing here. So free of I minus 1 will basically tell me the profit, the maximum profit we have made till the I minus 1 stage of the free array. Okay, from that I'm going to subtract the prices of the stock which I'm going to buy. Okay, just I understand that this part is a bit unclear, but I am sure if you see the second statement, you will get more clarity on it. Okay, next comes the free of I. Again, the same thing. So free of I basically refers to I'm going to free the stock, whichever thing I'm holding. If I'm holding, I'm going to free it. Okay, so always again the same the case comes here. This is the case where we are trying to not do anything. We are just trying to maintain the situation, okay? Maintain the situation as it is, make a standstill, okay? So here we are just trying to continue in the last stage. Whatever is the last stage, I'm just trying to continue that, okay? If last stage I was free of stock, I will just continuing that, okay? I'm just continuing that. I'm not going to buy in the current stage, okay? That is referred to the situation. The other situation is that I am going to free the stock. For freeing a stock, you should hold the stock first, okay? So I'm going to take the profit that we had in the I-1 stage of the hold array, okay? We are going to take the profit that we had in the I-1 stage of the hold array. Then we are see when we are selling the stock, that is here we sold the stock, right? See, we are having plus 8, okay? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm adding plus prices of I, and obviously when this is freeing a stock, right? This means selling a stock. So obviously when I sell a stock, I have to pay the transaction fee. So I hope why this minus is coming and why this plus is coming, I hope these things are clear to you. I will again repeat. See, here we're talking about holding, that is I'm going to buy. Whenever I'm going to buy, I will have this minus sign. Whenever I'm going to sell, okay, I am talking about selling here when I talk about free. This is the point of selling here. So for selling, I will have the plus sign, and obviously when I'm selling, that means I purchased previously, I'm selling now, that means a transaction is complete. I have to pay a transaction fee. That means I will subtract the transaction fee. Okay, that is the basic idea. This loop will continue for the indexes 1 to n-1. And at last, remember one thing. When we come to the n-1 index, we again have two things. Okay, hold of n-1 and free of n-1. Hold of n-1 refers to the case where at the n-1 index we are holding a stock. Obviously, we do not want such a scenario, right? We could have made profit out of that stock, right? So what we will take only the free of n-1. Okay, only the free of n-1, because free of n-1 sense we are going to sell. Even see, when I say free of animation, it doesn't mean that we are going to sell the stock at animation stage. It means we could have sold it previously also. Okay. See, always remember this first thing which you're seeing here, right? This thing and this thing. It refers to we could have sold previously also. We are just maintaining the standstill. We are just continuing the session as it is. We are not making any transaction, any new purchase or any new selling. Okay, that's what it means. Okay. So when we say free of animation, it ensures that we do not have any stock on hold. That is, we have sold everything that ever we have bought, or we are not even purchasing. Okay, that's what is refers to free of -1. Okay, that is what we are going to return as the answer. See, free of -1 means the last index of free. Okay, -1 refers to the last index of free, which also equals to free of -1. Okay, I'll just quickly run and show you how it works. See, this clear and test cases. Let me make this point very clear. Basically, -1 refers to n-1. So if I write n-1, it should be the same. Let us see. In cases clearing the test cases. Okay, I will again repeat what's happening. See, at each stage, see, you can always maintain a standstill. Okay, you need not buy and sell at every stage. Okay, for example, I brought at 1 and sold at 8. I then need not continue any transaction for the rest of the two cases, for the rest of the indices. Okay, I did not do any transaction. Okay, what that means? That means I am maintaining the free state. Okay, I'm just continuing the free state. So the free of this index is equal to the free of this. Okay, it's previous index. Okay, its previous index. Similarly, the free of this index will be equal to the free of this. Okay, we are not making anything, but ultimately we have to return the maximum, right? We have to return the maximum profit possible. That means that's why we are doing all the possible cases. Okay, whichever the answer comes maximum, we are trying to take that. So that is all about this question. So it already, as I repeated, every stage we are having the option of maintaining the standstill, that is maintaining the situation as it is without doing any transaction. And this is where we are doing the transaction. I again repeat, whenever we are buying a stock for the first time, that is, yeah, we are in the buying stage, we'll have this minus thing coming here. Whenever we are selling stage, we are going to have the plus thing coming here. Obviously, when we sell, one whole transaction is completed, we'll have to subtract the transaction fee. You can again, I will just highlight it here. This is where we are doing. Okay, 8 is where we have sold the stock, so it's coming with a positive sign. Okay, it's coming with a positive sign. 2 is where we brought the stock, that's why it's coming with a negative sign. Sorry, 1 is where we have brought the stock, that's why it's coming with a negative sign. Okay, that's the thing. I hope you are clear now why here minus and plus are coming. And yeah, friends, that was all. And remember, to sell a stock, I should hold it first. That's why we're taking the previous index of the hold. And similarly, to buy a stock, we should be free first. Okay, we cannot bring we cannot buy two stocks at a time. Okay, one should have been sold before buying the second one. Okay, that's the basic idea. That's why we are taking the I must index of the free in this case, and in this case we are taking the I must index of the hold. So I hope the solution is clear to you. There are many ways of doing it. Actually speaking, I did not like this solution. I'm also thinking of developing a much better solution, because on the seeing for the first time I did not like this kind of solutions, because here we are doing the recursive approach. which is not very intuitive. And for designing such approach, basically we require a lot of in-depth knowledge of the situation. I will again try to develop a better approach. If I can, I will definitely share you in the comments. For now, yeah, that's all. Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.